perception.
Your devil, which is your carnal mind. Right? Think about it. So he says the devil, right? Taketh the word out of their heart, and the heart is the mind, right? It's not the thing that pumps blood. It's your mind. Nobody has access to go in and take anything out of your mind. So it's your own carnal mind and your own thinking and your own not hearing and not perceiving spiritual things. It takes it out, and guess what you do? You fall by the wayside. And as you fall on the wayside, they should believe and be saved. See, the believing is they got to get that word has got to take its effect in them again. That's why we're born of a correct. It says be born again, and everybody around Christianity. Remember back in the day, hell, I know you knew. Man, everybody, woo, we're born again Christians. Well, like your brother is always talking about being a Catholic. He's always talking about, you're one of the born agains. Born again is not being born in the flesh; it's being born in the spirit. So everybody goes around saying they're born again. Yeah, you're born in the flesh. You're not born in the spirit, because you preach, you believe fleshly things. That's your gospel. You're trying, you know, when I tell you, that's why Jesus, the Pharisees, remember, came to Jesus and said, Nicodemus went to him by night, right? And that's when he said, you must be born again. Nicodemus went to him being a high priest of the Pharisee, a Pharisee, right? Nicodemus was a teacher, a rabbi, and says, you have to be a man sent from God. No man can do these things and say these things except he be of God. Where did Nicodemus visit Jesus? Does anybody remember?
In the night.
In the night. So Nicodemus visited him in Nicodemus's darkness. In his night, not in his day, not in his light. So Nicodemus visited him and he told him, Jesus reverses it through the process and says, well, Rabbi, you're a teacher. Why aren't you teaching these things? And he kind of looks at him and he says unto him, he says, how can I share with you heavenly things when you won't even receive my earthly things? How can I share you a heavenly understanding, Nicodemus, when your people, because Nicodemus will receive it, but your people really don't even receive any earthly realms I give them. I can't even share heavenly things with them. Remember that? John 3rd chapter. So here he goes. So in the parable, they on the rock are they which when they hear receive the word with joy. How many kickers and screamers have we seen? Woo! Woo! 2 weeks out. There is a devil still. He run me rampant. There. Woo! This revelation's great. Woo! Kicking, but 2 weeks later, dead as a doornail. Right? I've seen it. I call names out. I won't. I could.
Well, no, anyway.
They receive it with joy. And these have no root, which for a while believe, in time of temptation fall away. That word temptation actually means trials. So when God starts trying them, they fall away from that word. Because it's, why? Because once you start receiving the meaning of the mystery of the kingdom, now God is dealing with you within your inner man, which is the Christ in you, and He's bringing him alive. He's not worried about your outer man. Let that booger not be, he ain't the part of it. It's the inner man. He's breathing that inner man within you, that breath effect that's coming in you, that inner man, awaking him, being strengthened with your inner man. He's erasing, that's why it says the mystery that's been hidden ages and dispensations is Christ where? In you, the hope of glory. Christ in you, the hope of glory. It said it's a mystery, right? It said, so right here he says it's unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom. Paul says it's a mystery that's been hidden from generations, dispensation, and ages. Means God's been really keeping it out of the mind of man. He's been keeping it out, not really understanding the Christ in you, the Elohim in you. 1:26, created in His own image. God created you after he fashioned after himself, not after yourself. After himself. So they believe for a while. In time of trials, testing, they fall away. Where do they fall away to?
Back to ourselves.
Back to their carnal.
Back to their old thinking.
Back to, yeah,
Back to their old thinking.
back to carnality.
So God created man in his own image in Genesis.
Likeness, yeah. His own image and likeness.
And he created Adam for the self to be in a body.
Yeah.
To be,
Flesh.
The process.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why for months. How long have I been just
Mm-hmm.
going, thinking on that, and it just becomes so real
Mm-hmm.
that you can't even tell who you are anymore by looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
You don't even know who you are anymore. You
It's a
just-
change.
But you know Christ.
The changing is when it says we're being changed from faith to faith and glory to glory. We're being changed into seeing him as he is when
Thank
we
you,
see
Lord.
ourselves.
Thank you for that grace.
Praise his Lord.
I love this because what it starts breaking down the four levels of receiving the word, and three of them really don't understand. It's not that God cast them out of his presence forever. It's they don't they're lost within. They're lost to themselves.
Their own carnal.
That's what being lost is. You know what being saved, I mean, I know it goes against our tradition, it's not being saved from burning hell forever. You're being saved from yourself. Your carnality, your own thinking, and you're coming back to your true identity is God, is you're made created in his likeness. You're his image, his reflection. And the losing in Adam was Adam lost his identity. He put on fig leaves, meaning God, you're not my covering. The earthly realm is now my covering, the fig tree, the fig leaves. That's what it represents. Not that he actually put them on, but it's the covering, meaning I'm covered in earthly realm of my own work. Adam was a what? Tiller of the ground, right? What does he do? Fig leaves are planting. That's why when Jesus came and said, curse the fig tree, they're like, why are you cursing the fig tree? He wasn't really that he's cursing the fig tree. Naturally, what he was saying is that mindset that Adam thinks that fig trees is covering, it don't have no life in it no more. God's is covering again. I'm the covering. Curse the fig tree.
Amen.
Because what was when he cursed the fig tree, there was a young man sitting under the fig tree using it for a what?
Cover.
A covering. Shade. Covered him. Over him. Covered him. So Jesus goes up, sees a man, makes a contact with him, curses the fig tree. What he was saying, you're not, the fig tree is no more your covering. The fig realm, the Adam understanding is no more your covering. I'm Christ. I'm bringing you back into what happened in the garden when you did walk with God in the cool of the day. When you realized that you were not naked, but you were covered by God.